Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. Welcome to the Monday Magic Intuitive Energy Reading, where I give you my take on what we have experienced over this past week and bring through some guidance on how to proceed forward. It's been a relatively quiet week as far as the solar weather and Schumann resonance. We had obviously the new year 1 week ago today, so Happy New Year again. Other than that, it's been relatively quiet, which is par for the course for January and here in the Northern Hemisphere, winter. It has been relatively still since the holiday season, and that, of course, is common with everyone taking time off of work and relaxing, recuperating, and even a bit of hibernation here in the Midwest. We did have a few solar flares throughout the week. We did have a couple of X-class flares launch from the sun yesterday. That has not yet to arrive. But other than that, throughout the week, we had primarily C flares and M flares, with one X flare on Wednesday and one, of course, this past Sunday, not yesterday, but the Sunday prior. So a fair amount of activity. Again, we are in the solar maximum or approaching the peak of the solar maximum. So this is not uncommon. And yet for a, say, solar minimum, this would be very uncommon. So it is still quite a bit of energy for us to integrate, to receive, to process, and to work with. The Schumann resonance did have a little bit of a spike last night. We were up at about 26 hertz this morning, but again, throughout the week, not much more than that common 7.83 hertz, ranging up to about 14 hertz. So again, relatively quiet, not too much to speak of. As far as solar weather, we are in a solar radiation storm, which typically would not affect us, but we are starting to see some people reporting that they can feel these things, which suggests that there is heightened sensitivity. We are becoming more and more attuned to the solar energies and obviously very receptive of them. So that sort of recaps the week. I would say in general, it felt pretty relaxed and slow paced. I know that there is a lot of anticipation for the year of 2024, especially since it is an election year, which tends to never be dull. Lots of activity. If we look back to the last election year, 2020, we know what happened then. So we'll see what comes of this year. But for now, we still are in that very slow, relaxed place. We do have All Planets Direct coming up starting the end of January. It doesn't always pick up pace right away because planets are still sort of in their shadow. But as we get into February and March, we will start to feel the momentum of having All Planets Direct through into April, I believe. So right now we are in that sort of hibernation feeling, that hibernation phase. There is sort of a chill but challenging energy. A lot of people are sort of struggling with things that are being asked to be purged and released, and those things are not always fun. They can be challenging, especially if we're having a difficulty seeing what it is that we're being asked to release. Sometimes the universe will sort of smack us on the forehead to say, wake up, shift and change, let go of this thing. And if we're not able to see it coming, it can be a bit of a shock sometimes. There is some frustration over just the feeling of slowness and wanting to quickly purge and let go of these things and move on to the next. There's a wanting to go fast, but the energy is not supporting it just yet. So like I said, that's coming in the next couple of weeks, actually. But we have to purge. We have to let go of the past. We cannot take the past with us into the future. And so if we are running from or trying to distract ourselves from the discomfort of this energy, the task at hand is to stand in it and to be in those uncomfortable feelings and to acknowledge them and to not run from them, to look them squarely in the eye so that we can understand them in order to be able to release them. So this is sort of a testing ground. The question is, will you run or will you stand and allow it to move through you? Because it cannot move through you without your focus and attention, without you being aware of what it is that you're being asked to release. We must understand it in order to release it. So things are about to pick up pace, but we have to release first. And so rest, recuperate, take care of yourself, journal. Lots and lots of self-reflection and journaling is very helpful right now to really get at what is it that I'm being asked to understand, to move through, to release, to let go of, to step into, and really remain as king, asking those questions and allowing the divine to deliver the answers. It can feel like we're a little battered. It can feel like we're kind of getting beat up or pushed around a little bit by the universe. But just remember that everything is happening for you and not to you. The universe works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. And so we have to trust that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, and to flow with it with curiosity, to take a step back, to step out of that victim mentality, to stop telling ourselves the stories about how difficult it always is or how problems always arise. And remember, this is amazing. There's something awesome about this. I don't know what it is yet, but I trust that it will present itself, and I am excited and I'm curious to see how is this going to work in my favor. So that being said, I'm going to keep it short today. Had a little bit of an incident hitting my head on the stairs, so that was not awesome. So definitely feeling that battered feeling today. So I will keep it short, and not sure when I'm going to see you again. But for now, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week, and I'm sending you love. Namaste.